Hey everybody, welcome to episode 11 of the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name's Melissa and I'm podcasting to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. It is Sunday evening, October the 25th, and I hope everyone has had a great weekend and that you're gearing up for a great week. It has been roughly 2 weeks since I did a normal podcast or regular podcast. I had been attempting to do Vlogtober, but I lost steam. I got about halfway through and I just couldn't find enough things to do. And I don't know, it just didn't seem to really be, it just didn't seem to be working. Maybe I'm a little too new for a Vlogtober. I know that in the past, I've watched Vlogtobers and loved them, and I got, I became acquainted with a lot of new channels that way. So I kind of thought it would help, maybe to grow my channel some, but it didn't really, and I just didn't want to come on here and have nothing to show or nothing to say. So I thought, well, it's okay. I can attempt it again next year and just focus on, regular episodes. So I will say this, if you're watching this, I really, really appreciate it. And I would really, really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to my channel and possibly leave a comment. I love reading the comments. So I will get on with the podcast. I have 4 finished objects and I have 6 whips. I had a little bit of startitis. Anything I started, I don't know, I couldn't really just stick to it, get into it, so I started something else. And yeah, so I have a mixture of, I think it's just 3 new whips and 3 old whips. And I have lots of other whips that I haven't touched. Such is the life. So we'll get on to it. All right, so for finished objects, the first one I have is a crochet hat. And it is called the Amber Hat Bonnet, the Easy Design. And I got this off of Etsy. I think it just says, yeah, the Easy Design. I can't seem to find an actual name for who wrote the pattern, so we'll just go with that. So here's the hat. It looks terrible on this mannequin head. I need to get a better one. But here it is. Let me try taking it off and see if it'll go better. So this is it. It's got some baubles you can see and some, and the pattern is excellent pattern. It's a really, really detailed pattern. There's a lot of pages in the pattern. And I thought, wow, and there's, lots of pictures. And I thought, oh, is it going to be a pain? But it wasn't. It was just very detailed and just really, really excellent pattern. He or she shows you what this detail should look like, step by step and everything. And I don't remember how much it was, but it was under $5. And I will link everything I mentioned, I will link down below. So yeah, there's this hat that I'm very happy with. Let me see. Yeah, the baubles, they don't stick out, but it doesn't fit. I have to get a new mannequin head because it's just, look at it. It just doesn't look very good. And the pom-pom. And what I did with the pom-pom is I did like a button so you can take it off to wash it. Yeah, so there's that. And the yarn that I used is, I used Premier Deborah Norville Everyday Collection. And the color is Terracotta Heather. And it is a 4-weight, a medium 4-weight. And this is what I had. This is what I had left. So, how many? It's 100% anti-pilling acrylic, and it's 100 grams. And that's what I had left. And I believed I used a 6mm hook. Yeah. So that's my first finished object, which I love. I love it. I'm kind of into the crochet hats. Yep, so there's my first finished object. And my second finished object is I crocheted the pumpkin patch bear. Pumpkin patch bear out of Annie's Spooktacular Crochet. And here he is. And the only thing that I did different, well, I did two things different. If you look here, I did not, let me show the pattern. I did not do any of that on the muzzle, any of that embroidery, because I'm not very good at it. I just put a plastic nose on, and I didn't do a row of whatever color that is, because I just didn't. So I really think he came out really cute. He's really cute. So yeah, so this is, I'm pretty sure I used a 4mm crochet hook. And the yarn I used for it was Red Heart yarn. I used this, which is, let me see, do I have it in here? Yeah. It's Red Heart Super Saver Cafe Latte. It's a 100% acrylic. Number 4 worsted weight. And then I used this yarn, which is Tiger Lily. It's Red Heart with Love, and it's a 100% acrylic 4-weight. This is a little bit softer than this. It's really noticeable when you're using them together. Don't necessarily think this is really the softest yarn, but compared to this, it's a lot softer. And then just green, I don't even know, I think it was actually Hobby Lobby yarn for that. So there he is. He's cute. I'm happy with him. And I'll probably give him to my granddaughter now. So that is my second finished object. This is my Tea Doddles bag. Isn't it beautiful? She does such a good job. This is Christy Cook from Tea Doddles. Made this bag. And I just love it. Okay, so my third finished object is just a washcloth. It's the Granny whatever washcloth. But I didn't use, I did it without the holes, the yarn overs. I did it without that. And this is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Here it is here. It's a knit washcloth. Did I say that? I don't know. And yes, this is the Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. And it is black sparkle. Oh. And it's number 4. 90% cotton, 3% metallic polyester. Number 4. 153 yards. So I've got enough to make more washcloths. So there's that little Halloween spirit, you know, and I used, I don't know what size these are. I think I can't, they're interchangeables and I can't read what it says on there. I think they're 4mm. That's kind of what they look like. On, I don't know, 24-inch. Yep, so that's that finished object. Oh, I gotta get a sip of tea. Oh, that's better. Okay. Again, if I would stop starting new things, I'd have more done, but I can't help it. Alrighty. So my final finished object, this was what I was showing when I was attempting to do Vlogtober. I was making, well, I had opened minis, Halloween minis, trick-or-treat minis, whatever they're called, from Bumblebee Acres. There were 13 of them, and they were 10-gram minis, and I opened one every day, and I decided to put them into a shawl. I made it smaller, so it's more like a, oh, here it is. That's, yeah, Grandma's dishcloth. That's what that was called. Okay, back to the shawl, the scarf, whatever. So this is it. So this has got 13 the Halloween minis from Bumblebee Acres. And this is the shawlette that I put it in. And it's all done. All the ends are woven in. I have no clue the name of the minis. But they were 10 grams each. And the only difference is this end one here was not one of the minis. Whoop. That wasn't one of the minis. That was just, I have it here. I have this, I made a hat with this and I have all this yarn left. But it's Bumblebee Acres and it's the same sock. It's the same size. It's the same everything yarn as the minis. The same base, which I think is the squishy sock. So yeah, and this is called, I know what this is. This is called Ron Weasley. And so I put that at the end. Just because, well, they wanted you to do some kind of a border, but I didn't want to put a border on it. I know a lot of people put borders on crochet, but I prefer no borders. I like that look without a border. Just looks, you know, handmade. So here it is. I love it. It's so soft. And I don't know, just wear it like this. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So that's it. And I haven't blocked it, so I'm sure it would even be bigger if I blocked it, but it's good enough. So there it is. So that is my final finished object. Oh, well, the pattern. I'll tell you about the pattern. It is called Half a Granny Square Shawl by Church House Yarns and Tea. And it was a free pattern that I found on Ravelry. And I used a 3.75 crochet hook. Yep, and like I said, I will link all this down below. So that is the end of my finished objects. And I've got this fiber. All right, so my whips. Oh. I don't even know which one I should go with. Okay, well, I'll just pull this one. So this is, I've shown this quite a few times. And I'm down the home stretch. This is the Sock Head Cowl by Kelly McClure. And I'm getting there. I'm finally on. So here it is. Well, don't lose any stitches there. So here it is. And I've finally started the ribbing on the other end. And the last time I showed it, that's where I was. So I've done all of that. Yeah. So now I've started the ribbing. So I have to do, this was 13 grams. So I've got to, or 3 inches as well. So I'll do the same on this side. I love this. I love the colors. And this is the yarn I've got. So I'll have, so I stopped, it was 22 grams. So I'll have like what, 9, let's see. So I'll like 9 grams left. I can't do the math. 13, yeah. So I'm gonna do 13. Yeah, 9 grams left. Okay, so the yarn I'm using is, it's Earth Yarns Unique Fingering. And it's a fingering weight, yep, 435 yards, 100 grams. It is 100% extra fine superwash merino, and the color is just 3021. Yeah. And I am using, what size needles? A 3mm. So hopefully, I feel more like, you know, I do like this kind of knitting, thin yarn, small needles, just stockinette, or not, just knitting and knitting and knitting. And, I do find that relaxing, but I was getting a little, you know, bored with it. And so now I kind of feel that I'm doing the ribbon. I feel I'm on the home stretch, so we'll get there. And I am going to enjoy this. I will wear this for sure. Because even though, you know, it doesn't get too cold here, it gets, you know, a little chilly now and again, especially at night. And this fingering is not too heavy. All right, so that's my first whip. I'll just show you another one I've already shown you. This is my sock. It's another Tea Doddles bag. So I don't know where I was last time I showed this, but here it is. I don't know where I was. I don't even think I had put in the waste yarn yet. I don't know. But this is, so I'm using, this is Knit Picks yarn. It's Stroll Fingering. This is Oyster Heather. And then for the heels, toes, and cuffs, I'm using this, which is, is it Persimmon? Yeah, Persimmon Heather. So I'm using these. This is incredibly soft. Oh, I love this. And I use Magic Loop. These are my Hiya Sharps 2.25 on 40-inch cord. Magic Loop. And it's just what I've found fits my foot better. Just 2x2 ribbing, 15 rows, 25 rows for the ankle, and then I don't know, 60 rows for the foot, give or take. I measure it, and that's what I do. And yeah, that's it. And I mostly do vanilla socks, mostly. And that's it. That's another thing I've worked on. Okay, and I might as well just show you the other whip that I've already shown you, and then we'll start on the new ones. So this, oh, I want this to be done. I'm ready for this to be done, but I've got a little bit more. But I have worked on it. It's just when this is a knit shawl and there's a lot more stitches on the needles now, so it takes longer. And I'm in the lace section. So here, so the last time I was here, and so I knit all the rest of the blue. At any rate, I don't know. And then all of that lace. Can't remember if I moved this or not. But anyway, never mind. I don't know where I was. But so here's this shawl. Here it is. So after I finished the lace section, which I think I have probably eight more rows to go. I basically have to work it, that much more of it. Then I have one more section of stripes, and then I'll be done. I'm so ready. I'm ready to be done with this. It is beautiful, if I do say so. It's beautiful yarn. So this pattern, I'll talk about the pattern first, is by, do I have it? Yes. This pattern is the Goldfinch by Andrea Mowry of Draylor Knits. There it is. And I'm using O Wool. These are the 3 colors that I'm using. It's sport weight yarn. And the colors are, the blue is Appalachian Stone, this is Wood Dove, and this is Pasture Rose. So that's it, and I want to be done with it. And I'm using a 4mm knitting needle. Just one more look. It's just really pretty. I have a bunch of ends to weave in, but that's okay. Yep. So that is my 3rd whip. Oh, I would love, oh gosh, I think once I get past the lace, you know, the stripes will go quick. I've crossed my fingers. Okay, so I think I want to, okay, so this is a knit hat. Haven't gotten very far on it. This is what I have. I just have the ribbing done. Pretty much. I'm knitting the, well, here, I'll show you a picture of it. What is it called? It's called the Sandy Cable Winter Hat by Ananitato Lolo. Sorry. And this is what it is going to look like. What is it? It is a number 5 bulky, or the yarn it calls for is a number 5 bulky. And that's what I'm using. This is the yarn I got at Hobby Lobby, that Yarn Bee Authentic Hand-Dyed Chunky. And the color is in Full Bloom. It's 100 grams, 110 yards. It's a number 5 bulky, and it's 100% superwash merino. That's it. And this is it, and this is just on my Chow Goose 4.5s, which I thought, I'm just following the pattern, what it says, but I thought that was, I thought that was a little odd for chunky, such small needles for chunky yarn. I'm just going to follow it. And then obviously, well, not obviously, once you finish the ribbing, you go up to a 5mm. And I cast on 96 stitches, which I thought that was odd for chunky because for a worsted weight, I usually only cast on 80 stitches, but I am just doing what it says. We'll see what it turns out like. It's really pretty. Very, very pretty. This is nice yarn, especially for the price, but it's very nice and it's very beautiful. But it's not the same as getting like, it's not quite the same as like indie dyed yarn that you get from your LYS, you know, not quite, it's not as soft as that. But I mean, it's nice. It's beautiful colors. All right, so that is that. And I'll show that one last. Okay, now this is a crochet shawl. So it is the same shawl pattern that I used for this, the half a granny square shawl. It's the same pattern, but it's in worsted weight. I mean, this specifically called for fingering weight, but I mean, it's just granny stitch. Oh, let's see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really what yarn it called for. Yeah, fingering weight. It did call for fingering weight, but I thought, well, it's just a granny stitch. I can use whatever. I can try. So anyway, so this is it. All that for, so this is it so far. And the yarn that I'm using, look at this. This is Serdar Jewel Spun Aran. It's 200 grams, 546 yards, and it's 100%. Wait a minute. Okay, where is it? Maybe it'll say on this. Yeah, 100% acrylic. Serdar. And I have 2 skeins of this. We'll see. I'm liking how it's turning out so far. I'm using a 6mm hook. I hope it comes out drapey enough. I don't really know that if I use it even bigger, that it would really, it feels, you know, I think it's just the nature of the yarn, but I like it so far. We'll see if I get both skeins in there, or, well, I'll wait until see what it looks like with just one. But yeah, that's just like easy, kind of just easy, you know, where you just want something you don't have to think about too much. Okay, I think this is my last one. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Yep, this is my last one. This is another crochet hat, and this is part of my October Lether box. So I'm going to show you the lether box, a little bit of the lether box before I show you the hat. So the yarn we got this month for October is this yarn. I've already balled it up. I did it by hand. I didn't feel like getting out. I did it for the knit hat I was doing. I wound that up by hand as well. I hate my Swift and my ball winder, and I didn't want to get it out, so I did it by hand. So that's the yarn. And it is called Butterfly Worsted 100% Superwash Merino, 100 grams, 218 yards. So that is the yarn you got. And it came with this hook, because I get the yarn, I get the box with the hook and the stitch marker. So this is the hook it came with, and it is an eye, which I think is a 5.5. Yes, but I'm using, I decided to use this hook, which is a 6 millimeter, which I don't think I really had to, but I usually go up a hook size. I crochet tight, but I don't know why, maybe because of the shape of these hooks. I really think I could have gone with this. I'll explain why in a minute. I'll just show you the rest of the box real quick. This was like their anniversary box, so they had a little extra goodies. Usually you just get a stitch marker. You get the yarn, hook, and a stitch marker. So this is the stitch marker. Whoop. And the theme was butterflies. Yeah, and then got this beautiful pin. And a button, a butterfly button, and a pom-pom, and patterns. And so the pattern, I'm probably showing, sorry, the pattern is this hat. And so I'm making the hat. So here it is so far. Here it is so far. It's just, evidently, we're just knitting it back and forth. I'm sorry, crocheting it back and forth, and we're going to seam it up. I'm just going with it, see what happens. Sorry about that. So yeah, so I used a bigger crochet hook because I normally, crochet tightly. But I don't think I had to I don't think I had to do that, because you were supposed to, chain X amount of stitches, and I did less because, I could measure around my head, and I'm like, oh, it's going to get too big. So I actually have less stitches than what it calls for. So I think if I had used the smaller hook, I would have been fine. And I think it might have to do with maybe the handle. I just have my tension is looser. So anyway, there's this. And that's it. That's all my whips. It's beautiful. I love it. And yeah, so that's all my whips and my finished objects. And that's, I guess, all that I have for you. I have some acquisitions in that, but I'm going to show that in a different video. Maybe not make this too long, although I still think it's too long because I just seem to blabber, have to over-explain everything. I don't know. So I hope you all have a great week. And again, I feel funny doing this because I'm not trying to, beg or anything like that, but I surely would appreciate it if you would subscribe and like this video and leave a comment. I will see you in 1 to 2 weeks. I always aim for next week, but it just never seems to happen. But we'll see. Like I said before, I hope you all have a great week. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.